Taurus, this is your December 2016 forecast. It includes both your general as well as your love reading. The first card that comes up is that of discovery, and this says you can break through barriers and explore new territories in the month of December. And this card actually suggests that you do that because it actually helps you overcome obstacles in an indirect manner. So by going out there and exploring new territories, trying things you haven't done before, even a different attitude, a different way of doing things, will have this knock-on effect that then sees certain barriers that have been up in your life at the moment, obstacles that you've been perhaps struggling a little to overcome, will then seemingly just fall away. It's that shift of energy that I always speak about. Then your challenges for this month. The first card that comes up speaks about taking action. And it suggests that you are going to be the one that's going to need to take the action this month. So instead of waiting for someone else to take the lead or take the action or make that move, it's going to be up to you. And that next card also speaks about choosing that direction, making that choice and heading off in that direction with assurance that you are heading in the right direction. So you're probably wanting to do something, but you're waiting for some kind of sign, some kind of signal, or waiting for someone else to give you the go-ahead, or somehow waiting for outward indication that what you want to do is the right direction to take. But these cards are saying, Universe Spirit is saying to you that in December you need to take the initiative. You need to take that action and head off in the direction that you want to head off in. That third and last card in the challenges then says that don't focus on the challenges and the problems, because that's perhaps what is stopping you from taking that action, moving off in that direction. It says rather look forward to the future with optimism and leave those challenges behind you. Can you see how those 6 swords are at the back of that raven? It's a little raven in this picture. And it's actually saying that leave those challenges behind you, leave those obstacles behind you, look to the future with optimism. There's that blue sky above a snowy landscape and birds coming in. So it's that feeling of in the future things are going to change. You are now over the worst of it. Choose your direction and head off there with the wind at your back. And then your opportunities, once again you have that take action card. It says this is actually a turning point in your life. So what you have been going through, probably for a few years now, you will see this is now a turning point. Those challenges you faced, those obstacles you had, those feelings of not being able to perhaps get ahead in quite as quickly as you wanted to, will now disappear into the past for you. And it says face your fears and take action. So there's definitely an element of that. That's coming up through your reading. Your fears are what are holding you back. So you need to square up to those fears and take that step forward. Make that movement. Take that action. The illumination card speaks again of releasing your fears and your worries and having faith. And there could even be a surprise or two coming up for you that you won't know about. You never do. That's why it's a surprise, right? So if you face up to those fears and those worries and let them go, hand them over, take that forward action, make that move, take that step, then you're going to see something quite surprising happen, something you didn't anticipate or plan for. But that final card in your opportunity says it's good news coming in. Suddenly good news will be coming in, and it'll give you that forward momentum you've been looking for. Where love and relationships are concerned, you are going to have an understanding this month of a relationship, a moment of clarity, possibly to your way of relating or something in your relationship that has possibly been bugging you or that you don't quite understand or that is stopping you from moving forward with that relationship, or it could even be an obstacle. You suddenly have that aha moment and you see things with clarity. The next card then speaks about that. This speaks about financial and career, but I think it's about the practical matters in life. You are allowing the day-to-day, perhaps difficulties, obstacles, things that you've got to do. You're allowing that to influence your relationships, and especially love relationships, getting tongue twisted, to too great an extent. It's impacting on the relationship. And even though the partner's nice to have there to discuss with, use as a sounding board, even get weight off your shoulders about things, try to keep the relationship out of those everyday things. Don't dump on the relationship, basically. Try to keep that out. And another aspect of this is, if you are making the relationship too dependent on career and finances and a house and a car, etc., etc., in other words, you cannot see the success of the relationship without those, then you are definitely negatively impacting on it. And you're going to realize those things this month. That's why also why that understanding card is there. You're going to see that. You're going to realize your relationship can be great and wonderful and good without all those extra things, without the finances and the career and the everything else. And you're also going to understand when you work too hard and you offload on your partner, or you get too involved in trying to get ahead in your career, that it's affecting your relationship. You're going to realize all that. And that final card, that Fairy of Naughtiness, that's a perfect sort of ending to realizing that you're suddenly going to realize, hell, you know what, I've been taking this all far too seriously and it's impacting on my relationship. I want to do something completely out of the normal. Some of you may bunk a day at work and take it off and go with your partner and go and have a picnic somewhere. Others of you may just do something quite unlike you and surprise your partner, and you're just going to think, well, I don't even care about the work and the career and the money today. Today is about my partner. That's what I'm going to do. And that's going to make a huge difference to your relationship. It's a shift in energy. I always speak about it being a shift in energy. I think I said that beginning of the video too. In general, that come together card speaks about collaboration. And that means if people offer you help, if people offer you advice even, they're doing it from the kindness of their hearts and welcome it into your life. They are actually showing you their appreciation and their love through that way. So instead of shutting down when people do give you advice or they do offer to help you, welcome it. It is their way of saying, I can see you having a bit of a problem at the moment. I can see life is a bit difficult. I'd like to help you. I'm either going to give you advice or I'm going to offer to help you. And that's people showing appreciation. And you need to open your heart to that. It's important to do that. They're actually feeding you energy and it will help you. And that tsunami wake-up call is perhaps about that. You're probably going to realize that you do need other people. And not just the people you choose to have in your life, but your friends, your family, your acquaintances, the people you deal with every day, that do offer to help you, even though sometimes that help isn't particularly helpful, but they're genuinely doing it from a place of help. You're going to get a bit of a wake-up call about that, Taurus. You're going to be taught that help is perhaps not always perfect and not always perfectly timed, but it's there for a good reason. And the people who are offering it to you are offering it from their hearts, and that you need to accept it with an open heart as well. And you probably have realized this, but you haven't opened your heart up or accepted it up to this point. And this is where you get taught that you need to accept it. And then that final card in your general reading says, because something then does come to an end this month. It does finish up and it does close up. And it really does so in a very final way. So perhaps this is when people step in to offer you help. And you need to be open to that. When something comes with this kind of, with that segment card, when that comes up and it's a finishing thing, it is really something that needs to be finished. And that wake-up call basically says, you know that this time has approached. You knew this was coming. You know you need to start all over again. Now remember, this can work on different levels. On a mundane level, yes, a job can come to an end and you need to start a new one, but you've known that you need to do that. On a spiritual level, you have been doing things a certain way for so long now. Taurus can be quite singularly determined, is a nice way of putting stubborn. But you're going to realize you need to give a bit. You need to be a bit more flexible. You need to be a bit more, shall we say, open to other people's ideas and way of doing things. And you're going to realize that very clearly by the end of December. Then your guidance for the month says that your sharpened senses allows you to observe the actions of others. So you do have that. You're very observant about people, but try not to make that judgment, try to make that observation and then to see, so does this. So this is how I can best incorporate them into my project. This is how I can best collaborate with them and have them work with me, that it works out in a positive way. So use it like that. Because that Heron card, the final card, speaks about, yes, you do need to take action this month. It's very important. But your timing is very important too. In fact, it is equally, if not slightly more important than taking the action. Choose your moment. And choose your moment is always about what the other people around you are doing, isn't it? So when you see them all line up for that perfect moment for you to take your action, then take your action. But this is about a bit of an attitude shift as well, and you're going to know it is. You're going to know that your timing is important in whatever it is that you want to take action on. So, Taurus, if you would like a personal reading, and we can take a look at whatever that wake-up call is going to be about, because the more aware one is of what is coming in, the better equipped you are to deal with it. Or if you just like a general reading, you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com or via the website. Both URLs or web addresses are showing up in the owl picture. We'll take advantage of that lovely offer at the beginning of the video where you choose cards from your own deck, and for a very small fee I read them for you. It's brilliant. It is so on point, those readings. Right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you very much for watching and listening.